Black people want to what? No, let me stop.
Wow. Right when I press record. Welcome back to the Playin Possum podcast. We are your host, the Mark, the Myth, the Legend, Mr. GH2.
Let me talk to you. This is the greatest man who ever lived. The 100% real, 100% Greek, 100% silly, but no BS taken. The original Greek, the DJ Be Silly. Yeah.
And the father figure is currently getting his food, but he'll come back so he can introduce himself. What a wild weekend we had in the world of WWE.
Oh, yeah.
For those of us in the States, stayed up to the ass crack of dawn to watch a wrestling show that took place in Perth, Australia, known as the Elimination Chamber.
Hey, I'm here. I got my food. I got my tacos.
The father figure
And
has
I'm black.
returned.
I'm black.
It's like other people's father figures have not returned. But we're not going to talk about that right now.
I actually came back with the milk for once, and other people did not. How y'all doing today?
Sorry. How about you?
Good. Everything's fine. Got my waters, got my tacos, and I'm ready to talk about what the hell happened at 5 in the morning.
We're all on the East Coast, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
So 5 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock if you caught the pre-show, which I did.
Yeah. Oh. I heard her out like the crowd a little bit for Dirty Dom because they were going rogue on him.
Oh yeah.
We'll get to that. You just skipped a line. You know.
First question I want to ask y'all: did we sleep or did we stay up in between SmackDown and the start of the Elimination Chamber?
I fell asleep for SmackDown so I could be up for Elimination Chamber.
I was at a party.
You were at a party.
Mm-hmm.
Did you stay up through the night then, or did you even watch it live?
I fell asleep for about 2 hours.
Sleep about 2
I
hours.
woke up, watched it, then knocked the fuck out and lost all my memory. But for what I know, the car was really good. So I'm happy about that.
And the Greek one, you said you had some thoughts to share about how people were saying that the chamber was predictable.
Yeah, apparently. So from In the Clutch, Ross, he posted about
Clutch,
people.
by the way.
Yep. From the IWC wrestling community online, they were talking about how the chambers seemed predictable. Like everyone kind of knew Drew McIntyre was going to win. Everyone kind of had a feeling Becky was going to win. Everyone knew Rhea was going to win.
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoyed it. I mean, like, I know the Liv stands are upset about it, but they'll get over it. Just go to Hot Topic, get your Harley Quinn merchandise. You'll be okay. It's all.
The chamber was predictable, but that's not a bad thing.
No.
If you've been watching long enough, you can predict pretty much anything that's going to happen in the WWE or any professional wrestling promotion that you enjoy.
Exactly.
Especially with the way that they're building toward WrestleMania. They were building Becky Lynch as the potential winner. They were building up Drew McIntyre as the potential challenger for Seth Rollins. They were building up Rhea Ripley defending at WrestleMania. No one wants to see Nia Jax defend at WrestleMania.
No. If Nia Jax would have won, dude, you would have seen people wanting like their money back. They would have been like, "We stayed up for this."
Right, and especially you got the hottest women's superstar in multiple meanings of the word in her home country defending her championship match in a match against in the main event. If in her home would have booked her to lose, that would have been the stupidest decision I've ever seen. It's different. Oh, yeah. It's different for when you have talent like Sami Zayn at last year's Elimination Chamber or Zelina Vega at this past year's Backlash, where they were in their home country fighting for a championship, not defending it. And they came out, had a good performance, came up short, but then got their moment at the end.
Because she was one of the biggest baby faces. 2 yesterday.
I hope they officially turn Rhea Ripley babyface.
Yeah,
She's not getting booed anytime soon.
So my thing is, right, Rhea Ripley winning. Like you said, this whole card was predictable. The thing about it is, it was so predictable that all the matches actually turned out good because they actually wrestled. It wasn't just like a snooze fest.
Right.
Like, I love
And we all know who was gonna win.
Like, I love seeing my boy Randy Orton as like the Iron Survivor, even though he got screwed. But I mean, that raises a lot of questions because there's people that are like, "Oh, is he gonna fight Logan Paul now?" And then me, I still think he's gonna help somehow Cody Rhodes, just because I see Cody and Randy fighting at SummerSlam, but I feel like since The Rock cut that promo about saying this is the only wrestling family that matters, he was just talking about the Rhodes family. He was talking about the Orton family too. And if I'm Randy, I'd be like, "Yo, hey Rock, who beat you last time at WrestleMania? And you ran away when I wanted that one-on-one match."
Right. I guess we're starting with the men's chamber. A bit out of order, but still. Just one on the topic. I'm gonna keep it going. The men's chamber had so many interwoven things going on in that match, right? I mean, you want to talk about predictable. You have Drew McIntyre, who's built up to be the challenger for Seth Rollins, and they actually followed through with that. Bobby Lashley got a whole bunch of other problems on his mind right now.
Yeah, I felt bad for Bobby. Looking great in there. Then for him to be the first one eliminated, I was like, damn, come on. At least
I knew it, and I saw it coming too. But
yeah,
then you had Logan Paul and Kevin Owens, who have been at each other's throats for the last month and a half.
man was drawing on the chamber walls.
I didn't even notice that until Kevin Owens forced his way into the pod when it opened up and started beating on him. I'm like, wait, is that drawings on the pod?
But Rhodes was doing the headbutt challenge from it too. He was like, nah, I'm getting my hands on Logan Paul.
Cody Rhodes was in the match? I didn't even know. You said Rhodes.
I said Cody Rhodes? Kevin Owens.
No, Greek said Rhodes. I'm the one I heard.
No, I said Logan Paul. I said that Kevin Owens, he doing the head bashing for the chamber chamber pod. He was like, I don't care what happens, I'm getting my hands on Logan Paul.
Yeah, I know.
Then we had Randy Orton, who's always be in the championship conversation. Let's be honest. Always. And then who am I missing?
Well, I like this. They made him look strong too.
You're missing
LA Knight, of course, not. LA Knight, who deserves to be in the championship conversation based off of how great he's been in the ring, how great he's been on the microphone, how great he is with the fans. I don't think he needs a championship to further him being over, but it would be nice to reward him with that. More on that later. I think there's two things we got to address with how both chamber matches ended up being. There's two big elephants in the room we got to discuss. The first is, what are we doing with LA Knight and AJ Styles?
Yeah, I was wondering that too, because I mean, you knew AJ Styles was going to respond sooner or later to LA Knight sort of costing him or distracting him.
But he pulled the Shawn Michaels, yeah?
He did.
So it's like,
are they flew 30 hours like Kanye West and hit him with a chair like Logan Paul did last year.
Yep.
That's got to be grounds for nomination for Hater of the Year. We're only in February.
I know. Drew just said, man, I can't believe I lost to this guy.
Now, what threw me off was that, he was LA, because this whole thing started with LA Knight cost AJ Styles the qualifying match when he was at ringside. I thought AJ was going to get his lick back at the following Raw when it was LA Knight's turn to qualify. And I'm thinking, okay, neither of them are going to be in the chamber. They're going to have a match at the chamber against themselves, settle that once and for all. and then LA Knight would challenge Logan Paul for the United States Championship. That's how I would have booked that in my head as I was watching the shows play out. But now, this match going to take place at WrestleMania?
I mean,
hey, you give AJ something to do. You give LA something to do. It seems like but what I want as a fan is a 6-man match for the U.S. title.
Interesting.
You have Randy, Kevin Owens, and Logan.
Yep.
You know, in a little feud amongst each other. You throw AJ and LA in there, and then I say throw Karrion Kross in there.
Karrion Kross.
And the reason why I say this is that you have Bobby Lashley come out and cost that motherfucker, like, on some vengeance shit. But I could be wrong. You could throw someone else in there.
You might not even need 6. You probably could do it with 5.
Is no one gonna talk? Yeah. So
yeah, I don't think you.
Since
I
I guess
you need 6.
Kevin. Oh, okay. There we go. What happened? What?
I don't know. I was talking the whole time.
Everybody died.
Think you need 6. I think you can do it with just 5. Or if you're gonna have a 6, I don't think Karrion Kross should be in there.
No. Honestly,
I think should have been the 6.
Karrion Kross was doing. Because it's not that against him, but they haven't booked him properly. It's kind of like Shinsuke on Raw. Like, him.
Well, if you put him in a title match, that's booking him properly.
Right.
Yeah.
So, who do you think should be the 6th guy? I think there should be some sort of a 6-man at this Mania.
He's Solo. Because
No.
I don't think anyone from the Bloodline is going to be involved in that.
It doesn't make any sense.
Maybe Santos Escobar.
Could be Santos.
Yes.
Could be Santos.
Who else would want a shot at Logan Paul?
If Ray comes back, then Ray, maybe.
Oh yeah, Ray still gets a automatic rematch.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the rematch clause is no longer a thing. It hasn't been for quite a while.
Yeah, true.
Nah, they'll give him his rematch. Hall of Famers get that.
Back, but I don't know how close he is to coming back. If for him to be put into a ladder match, I don't know about that. Injury update.
What, the P done?
Maybe. I can see that. Because he's been in Money in the Bank ladder matches as well.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, the first 5 definitely got to be in the ring. You could keep it at 5. You could add a random 6th just to create some intrigue. This is going to be night 1, by the way.
Yeah, 100% night 1. I think that will actually be the night 1 opener.
Night 1 opener? Oh yeah.
Have the crowd be hot because of this, and then obviously, in my opinion, the way that you should book a pay-per-view is that you start it hot. The middle matches are like kind of slow down, calm down. And then you book it hot again.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't think like that. So.
But sometimes, people, what I noticed, they try to kick off the show with like a match that you're gonna be like, wow, this match is kicking off. Like, this would have been at least like close to the end of the show. I kind of like when they do that because it's kind of like, hey, you got your attention now. And then they might put a few like sleeper matches or maybe fun matches, but still,
Do we think? Oh, actually, hold on, because I know we're booking WrestleMania cards later on this episode. I'm gonna hold my question until then because we still got more to talk about with the Chamber. I don't think any of us are surprised that the non-Chamber matches ended the way they did.
Yeah, no.
I don't think it
I
was
was just happy to come up when Randy survived in there. It made me think. I'm like, they definitely got something for Randy.
How are we talking about Randy when he's talking about the non-chamber?
You're talking about the chamber, right? So
He said the
I said the non-chamber.
non-chamber matches.
Oh, all right. So the women's one. So guys, we are outraged. You want Liv Morgan to win, man?
Absolutely not. Listen.
Once again, he said the
No.
non-chamber
I was
matches.
hold on.
That
Sorry,
was
I was getting there. The non-chamber matches. I don't think we're surprised about how any of those. With the women's chamber, the elephant in the room is the reaction of Liv Morgan's fans. Right? No disrespect to Liv Morgan, but she wasn't.
They were heated. They were heated, yo. I'm sitting here like, yo, what does she do besides being from Jersey and as possibly dating Bo Dallas? What does she do?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but for me, with all due respect,
I was so fucked. But I'm just saying. She peaked what?
And she peaked in 2022 when the Liv Morgan stands pushed her to get the SmackDown Women's Championship, only for that title to be like, only for them to turn on her in like.
I was one of the worst reigns of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was in a period where I was just coming back to watching wrestling full time, because I watched that Money in the Bank show, like that PLE where she won the briefcase and then cashed in on Ronda Rousey later on that night. I was watching, and I saw the fan reaction. Everyone heard the "You deserve it" chants, and I'm thinking, okay, cool. Liv Morgan's the champion. I don't know who she is, because I wasn't watching like that, but apparently she's over with the crowd, so I'm not gonna fault that. But then I watched the next few matches with her, and I'm just like,
"Woe is me" speech when it was like a DQ win, and the crowd was booing the hell out of her, and she was doing the "oh well, I tried my best" speech. It's like, nah, that's not gonna work.
and I don't know who to blame, and I'm not gonna try to blame anybody for
No.
how bad that reign was. But then since she lost the championship, she ain't been doing nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
She's
won one championship since then. It was a tag team championship with Raquel Rodriguez, and then she got hurt.
She was also hurt. Yeah.
She came back.
Back.
Got hurt again.
But we know how we feel about the women's tag team titles. We feel like they're kind of cursed because everyone that's won them, one of the partners has been injured and stuff.
And the current women's tag champions are Kabuki Warriors.
Except for Asuka. She's the only one that has never gotten hurt because of those titles. That's interesting.
KC Squared has been fine. They were champions.
Yeah,
nothing happened to them. Thankfully.
Yeah, I was about to say Chelsea Green.
Yeah, Alba Fire and I was with Dawn. They didn't get hurt either. They
were NXT Women's Champions. They were NXT Women's Tag Champions. So I don't think they were ever like the main tag champions. They lost the unification match.
Well, yeah.
Which I still
we don't talk about. We don't talk about who they lost to, but yeah.
But you know, Chelsea Green. I mean, she was tag team champion, and then Sonya Deville got hurt, and then Piper Niven was like, "I'm your tag team partner now." Which weird booking decision, but it worked out.
It worked. It clicked like that. At first, it was kind of like, okay. It was kind of like Team Hell in Hell when they said, "All right, Daniel Bryan, we're gonna put you with Kane," and it was just like, at first, you're like, "No way." You got this guy Kane who literally used to set people on fire and stalk people, and then you got Daniel Bryan who was
at the time was a GOAT.
Yeah. I mean, people wanted it because after the 18 seconds loss by Sheamus at WrestleMania 28, people were kind of like, all right, we want Daniel, but he was still heel at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And when they won the tag titles, they became face because they were hugging each other.
I'm the tag team champion. I'm the tag team champions.
Dude, when they had that graduation ceremony, they're like, how about everybody hug? It's just like, what is going on here?
Yeah. But with the Liv Morgan stand, I've seen images and messages. Someone was saying that they wish that Becky Lynch's daughter would die. Like,
yeah, that's too far. Come on.
Yo, why do people feel like they need to go to the extent of bringing in people's families all the time?
They didn't even do nothing.
That's what question I have is, why does the wrestling fandom get so much hate? And that's the answer. They do it to themselves because they either take it to the extreme, they can't accept that it's not what they want, but they can't accept that. It's like touch grass. It's okay. Like, look, you win some, you lose some. Your favorite guys aren't going to win every time. Like, Randy Orton got screwed by Logan Paul. Am I crying about it? Hell no. I'm just like,
your favorite wrestler. Hold on. I gotta stop you right there. I feel your favorite wrestler was that right now. That was Randy Orton. Did you change it?
No, I have like top 3. It's like my top 3. It's Guerrero, The Rock, and Randy Orton.
But yeah, your gimmick is all right. You know, we're just gonna move on. Yeah. So the Liv Morgan stands, I have to say, a lot of them are crackheads. They feel like people who live on 125th Street, and Lexington Avenue, not like Lenox or Lexington. If you're from New York, you know they need to stop. I'm irritated by them because at the end of the day, every time she loses, they feel like the person that beat her does not deserve any type of momentum at all, which is wrong.
And the women who have, because she's come in second place 3 times in the last year and a half. At each of the last 2 Royal Rumbles and the Elimination Chamber this past Saturday morning. The women she lost to were Rhea Ripley, Bayley, and Becky Lynch.
A good resume too. It's not like she's losing to like scrubs like Maxine Dupree.
Right. That would get me upset because Maxine ain't done nothing.
Like, hey, what are we doing?
No, hold on. Now I got a good question. What if she loses to Nia Jax? What you doing?
Ooh. Now, the way they built Nia Jax up, it would make sense if Nia Jax won because she's been built up as an unstoppable force, and she put on one hell of a performance in her match against Rhea Ripley. Like,
thank you. People don't want to talk about it, but all right, thank you. Finally, give her respect. Thank you.
Yeah, regardless of the hate she gets, she's feeding off of that, and I'm like, I gotta give her respect for that because she's like, she knows no one really wants her there, but she's like, fuck it, I'm back, I'm gonna make it work, and she has, and I'm like, at the end of the day, I gotta take my hat off to her. Her mic work is not my favorite, but you could tell she got a little bit safer in the ring since her first run in WWE.
Yeah, and the way she took the Riptide in that last in the finish of the match was beautiful. That was my biggest concern. I was like, how is she going to win with the Riptide? Like, is she going to be able to pull it off in a way that doesn't hurt either of them?
Yeah, true.
Part of me was thinking if they go off the top rope like they did at WrestleMania 39, the ring would implode. There's a lot of power going into that.
Mm-hmm.
But square in the center of the ring, right to the hard camera, zesty pin and all, just great performance.
Sexy pin. You was looking at the submissions too, huh?
I said zesty pin. Relax.
Oh. Well, I was just asking you a simple question.
Okay, everybody was looking at the submissions. I was looking at the nice ring work and the submission hold that Nia Jax decided to add. Whatever else
the
was there.
Ring work. The ring work, huh? The jiggles of the ring, right? Yeah.
God, amazing.
I tend to appreciate the nice, finer details of the match.
Oh, you appreciate the nice, finer details. What fine details are these, sir?
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
You can't explain. Oh. Okay, so now we know, wrestling fans. He appreciates the nice, fine details of a submission hold. So when I ask him for another submission hold, we'll see.
5-star classic, man.
Anyway, so now we saying 5-star classic submission hold. All right.
That wasn't me this time. That was not. That was not me.
No, I know. I'm just saying, there was things that I saw that a lot of people saw, and it was good things. Bro, that match was good. I gave it like an 8.
Yeah,
8.5.
I don't typically subscribe to the star rating of wrestling matches. It was a great match. I don't know what 5-star matches truly mean to everybody else, especially Dave Meltzer, who pretty much is the only one who trusts for 5 stars, because he and I disagree on a lot of things. I don't think any match would have been worthy of 5 stars, but they were all solid matches. It was only 4 matches on the card, and all of them were given proper time to do what they needed to do. That is.
I say every match on the card was at least a 4. In terms of stars, at least a 4.
Yeah.
In terms
I can agree with that.
of regular number ratings, 1 through 10, at least a 7.75.
Yeah.
I would say the quote unquote worst match was the tag team match, but it was still good either way. So it was like
worst by comparison.
Yeah.
You got 4 number 1s, and this one just happened to be at the bottom of the list.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one last thing on the Elimination Chamber that I have been seeing mixed reviews about. The Grayson Waller effect. That seemed so unnecessary.
It really does. I mean, I know they were at their hometown and they had to get Grayson somehow out there, but you're like, at least let them be a tag team match. Let it be like Seth Rollins and Cody.
Well, let's stop right there. I'm gonna stop you right there. You know why? Because the reason why that Grayson Waller effect happened is to get Seth on the show. Seth was originally supposed to face Bronson Reed for the title.
Yep.
And that would have been like another Zelina moment, another Sami Zayn moment where they fight for a title in their hometown. And that, I think, would have promptly turned Bronson face for the next foreseeable future. Because I don't see Bronson as a heel like that. I think he's just a guy who wants to fuck people up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like Drew.
Kind of like
and
do
what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? And Bronson's, for a big guy, just like Ivar,
yeah.
just a little bit like Otis. Bronson's probably the best big guy that's there. Him and Ivar are like neck and neck in terms of ring time. Because if you actually, if you give Ivar a different gimmick and you don't actually let him have some more character besides the Viking Raiders, Ivar would be an IC champion right now, in my opinion.
A wild DHB has entered the chat. He's been dealing with some internet issues. Hopefully, he can talk to us today.
Hello.
Hey,
he speaks.
Okay, thank God. It was good. How you doing? How's the internet?
Terrible.
How's life?
You got your mic in
what's internet?
phone speaker?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm on the phone speaker right now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last time we barely heard you. Yeah. But what episode is this?
Episode 3.
So we'll get the kinks out the system by episode 10. We ghetto out here. We'll be fine.
Hopefully, we'll be all right. We were just wrapping up talking about the Elimination Chamber, and
okay.
Just got one question for you, DHB, before we move on to Brooklyn WrestleMania. Did you go to sleep or did you stay up through the night watching Elimination Chamber?
I went to sleep at 12:30.
He cut out.
I set an alarm for 4 o'clock. I got
Is
up
that
at
only on my end? I hope not.
Keep talking.
I got up at 4:07, and I was like, "Damn!" I thought I missed it, but because it said 5. I forgot it was 5 Eastern time, so I was like, so I set one for 4, then I'll be good. But I set it at 4:07, and the pre-show had just went off, and I was like, "Damn, did I miss anything or whatever?" But yeah, I'm still trying to recover. I was tired as hell. That after it went off, I went directly to sleep.
Oh yeah. I know I went to sleep. I actually never answered the question. Immediately after SmackDown went off there, I took myself to bed. Woke back up at like 4 o'clock just to catch the pre-show. If you missed the pre-show, it was the Kabuki Warriors defending their tag team championship against Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae, and successfully defending it. But Indy Hartwell got her moment in her home country, which was a good move for everybody involved. But we were wrapping up talking about the Grayson Waller effect, and
how people are mixed about that.
Yeah. The biggest thing about it was an announcement that Cody Rhodes wants The Rock anytime, anywhere, which that could have been like a backstage promo or something.
It could Raw or something.
I think Cody's gonna show up on Friday. It'll be right there. He's either gonna hit the Rock with a chair. The Rock is actually gonna have to sell a move for once, or he gets jumped. It's either one.
Right. All right. Moving on to booking WrestleMania card for this year. We got 2 nights, and we got 4 confirmed matches happening at WrestleMania. We got Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins, Bayley versus Io Sky, Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley. What else are we going to do on those 2 nights?
I have a wild card one, but I see Randy Orton fighting The Rock 1-on-1.
Really?
Why? No, that's not happening.
No. I want to hear him out.
Hear me out. Because Randy Orton has wanted a 1-on-1 match with The Rock since 2004, when their inaugural WrestleMania match, where Randy Orton and Evolution beat him in a 3-on-2 handicap match, and they never had it because Rock had a busy Hollywood schedule, and Randy was over here working for a new roster, a new look roster without Rock and Austin. So, but he always wanted a 1-on-1 match with The Rock, and who would be better to have Cody's back than his on-screen mentor, Randy Orton, facing The Rock to, sort of be like the guy that's there to make sure Cody wins this time. Even if The Rock is being a double agent, it's still I would be like, if they want to make it work, let's at least throw Randy in there to give him something to do. And if The Rock is going to have a match or something, have those two wrestle each other, since they're both closer to age, maybe not as close, but they're closer to the same age. So it's why not let them both let The Rock get the rust off too a little bit, since he hasn't really had a match since 2013, and the last time he had a match, he tore his abdominal muscle.
I think I've heard enough. I don't think that's going to be a good idea. I don't think any of us would agree with you on that one.
I have a question for you. Did you not just say 20 minutes ago that The Rock and Randy Orton are 2 of your most favorite wrestlers of all time?
Yeah, I'm saying I
So
would like.
that's you fantasizing for them to be in the ring together. No, that's not happening. It's not happening.
You can make it happen on 2K24.
Yeah, you're right.
Comes out in a couple weeks. Actually,
But
it comes out what, next week?
Well, yeah.
something like that. I had a girlfriend who was gonna buy it, but I don't have one now. So, anyways,
We did say that
more,
we were
more
speculating
realistic.
about a 5-man or 5+ man match for the United States Championship.
Right.
Are we adding a stipulation to that?
Hell,
Yeah, ladder match.
Of course.
We got to do a lot of every wrestle. In my opinion, every WrestleMania, the the gimmick match of the WrestleMania should be a ladder match. Should always be a ladder match.
oh yeah.
I think I'm one of those people who think that the Money in the Bank should not be a pay per view. It should be a ladder match still at WrestleMania.
No, that I agree too.
But it's not.
They gotta get rid of the gimmick pay-per-views and put them back on like regular like on the other pay-per-views because it takes away the prestige. Like when it's a Hell in a Cell, you're thinking, okay, this is how they gotta end this rivalry, right? But when it's like, oh, we got a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view coming up, you're like, okay, so like every match is a Hell in a Cell, or 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 4 of the matches are going to be in a Hell in a Cell.
Mm. That
It
sounds
makes
like
it
a
boring.
great topic to talk about for another episode. But that we could talk about that for hours. I'm gonna put that for Wednesday. We gonna pick this back up on Wednesday. Add that right
Pick
now.
that up on Wednesday. Funny.
But who else could be in the US title win besides probably LA Knight and Randy Orton maybe?
We were saying there would be
Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens, LA Knight, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, and Logan Paul. Those 5, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Who do we have Gunther fighting though?
I would say Chad Gable.
Yeah, most likely Gable. If I'm not mistaken, I wrote that in the notes. Ooh, no, I had a 3-way match actually. Gunther versus Braun Breaker versus Chad Gable.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. That'd be clean. Yeah.
The one thing that's standing in the way of that is Braun Breaker just signed to SmackDown.
Yeah, are they exclusively doing?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Say that again, DHB?
I said, yeah, are they exclusively doing SmackDown people for the US title or?
That's my
Well,
guess.
if that's the case, then I will have Braun Breaker in that ladder match and
Yeah.
put him as a 6th guy.
Yeah, if you're gonna put a 6-man in there, put the Braun Breaker in.
Because I completely forgot that he's not the SmackDown.
I also obviously we all kind of see Jimmy versus Jay at WrestleMania. What match do you think that?
I would not mind if they do a no holds barred match.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But obviously they're not going to do so many stipulations on WrestleMania, but I feel like that match needs a stipulation.
Yeah.
That match needs a stipulation.
As much as I would like to see
what night?
One. What night? That had to be
just to be toxic. Night 2. Just to be toxic.
Really?
Just to be toxic. Because you have Jimmy come out limping to try to help Roman, and Jay just comes out and blindsides him to stop him. And obviously, I actually hold on. I just thought of something. All right. Obviously, the main event is Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns too.
Mm-hmm.
Twice in a lifetime, part 2. You'll probably get this again in another 1 year.
But seriously, it's Infinity War.
But I just thought about it. Okay, so the whole Jimmy Jay debacle. Jay's gonna try to stop Jimmy. Solo. I don't think he spikes either. I don't think he spikes either guy. You know why? Because I feel like at a point in time during this build-up, Solo is gonna slowly turn face. Slowly,
Yeah,
very slowly,
plan is to turn Solo face, like
and
WrestleMania or before.
what's gonna happen is Solo's gonna look at both of them. He's gonna stop them from fighting. He's gonna tell them, "Yo, we're all brothers. We need to stop this bullshit." Then ultimately, Roman and The Rock is gonna smile, right? I don't know why I'm booking this like this, but Roman and The Rock is gonna smile. Cody's gonna be on the ground. The ref is not paying attention either. The ref is. Let's say this is a ref bump moment. Um, The Rock is smiling. They all hug, and then the Usos and Solo just back away and gives The Rock a nod, and he rock bottoms Roman. And they all
Yes,
walk away.
because
Now
actually
Cody's back in the ring.
there was a video.
I wasn't even finished,
Yeah,
but okay.
let him finish. Let him finish.
Cody's back in the ring. He sees this. Obviously he close rolls Roman twice, 3 times. But then Paul Heyman's panicking. So what happens? Braun Breaker comes out and spears Cody.
Oh,
But
interesting.
neither Cody or Roman get a pin off. Out comes Seth after losing. Uh, he like looks at the crowd, and then he's in position to stomp Cody. So he's playing like, you know, a swaying moment. He's about to stomp him, but then he stomps Roman, and then he moves Cody over, like how Sting moved uh Nick, since that's his name now,
Yeah,
Nick over Seth. And he's like, and he gets the ref in the ring, and then that's how Cody wins.
which you know,
That's one way they could do it.
because even they had Rikishi on a podcast yesterday, and I just saw this clip today, and it was like a fan asking him his thoughts on the who should finish the story, Cody or Roman, and the guy on the podcast was saying let Roman, and Rikishi's like, no. Here's the thing: as much as I love my cousin, you got to look at the value of people like wanting to watch it. Like if he retains, he's like because Rikishi's like Cody's got to win it this time because I love my cousin, but if he wins it again, you're gonna see a drop in in people caring about Rock because they're just gonna be like, oh, okay, Roman's just gonna keep winning and until he eventually retires with the belt.
So you can't retire with the WWE champ. It's not happening. So
I think if you're going to do Jimmy versus Jay on night 2, that's got to be the opening match.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
Only if it's night 2. If it's night 1, have it be like the second to last match of night 1. Because that's going to be something that's going to have implications for the Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns match, no matter what.
yeah. Oh, without a doubt.
And if you're going to put it in stipulation, I like no holds barred. I was thinking tribal combat, but that really doesn't make sense with it being Jimmy versus Jay. Especially since
I was also thinking that.
Especially since tribal combat, when they pulled it off at SummerSlam, they messed up their own rules.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna book an interference angle, don't do the whole build up of a stipulation where no one can interfere.
Yeah. And it was the same. It was another Bloodline member, or
Yeah. And what else? So we already got that. We got the Jimmy versus Jay. We got the United States Championship match. Most of the rest of these are likely going to be non-title matches because we got so many of them. But how are we booking the tag team championship?
Amazing Truth.
It's not the Amazing Truth. It's the Awesome Truth.
The Awesome Truth, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome Truth. Are we having them go over?
Yes.
The Judgment Day dropped the belts finally. Well, again.
Yeah, you got to build up somewhere to break them up.
They need to drop them before Backlash.
Before Backlash?
I agree with that.
I definitely think that they need to drop the belts. But
split them.
Yeah, they do need to split them. I don't know what needs to happen first though. They drop the belts, then split it, or they split it and then only defend the Raw belts and then put the SmackDown. Oh, wait a minute.
He said, "Oh, wait a minute."
I walked into this.
Oh, wait a minute.
I think the way to introduce a split of the tag team championships, have Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce, who already are just at each other's throats from a professional standpoint, have them.
Oh yeah.
And Nick Aldis come and say, "Hey, I got a whole tag team division on my brand, waiting for a championship match, and here your champions are who are signed to your brand, hogging the SmackDown championship. I'm gonna need those blue belts back."
Interesting.
Strip them off.
I'm gonna need new. Hold on. Continue. My bad.
Strip them off the Judgment Day. Have Judgment Day defend the Raw belts against the Awesome Truth, and then have the tag team showcase for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship.
Yeah.
That's you see.
There you go.
That's why I like you. You know, you booking, you're thinking, and I like that because the tag team showcase. What was it? 2 Manias ago? Was that 2 Manias ago?
No, it was last Mania.
Yeah,
that shit was amazing. That match was like one of the best matches on the card, and people don't talk about it at all.
You weren't expecting.
You had every tag team involved show up and show out. They had their moments individually. They had crazy spots. We saw Gable suplexing everybody. Braun Strowman throwing his weight and Ricochet's weight around. What more could you have asked for from a bunch of tag teams that were sitting around doing nothing?
Exactly.
Just like the SmackDown tag division, as I'm thinking about it, you got Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, which are the New Catch Republic to Ty's dismay. And you did say that they're going to lose just because of that name alone. I remember that.
Fucking hate that man.
You got the Street Profits, who just got Bring the Swag back. Happy for that.
Oh, really?
He was it all.
No.
Then you got Authors of Pain, who just came back. And then you got LWO, Legado de Fantasma, who are feuding with each other, but they can still do what they need to do. So that's 5 teams right there.
Santos Escobar.
Yep.
Is he involved in the match?
No, it would be Berto and Angel. It would be.
No.
I don't think so. Every time in the tag team championship.
No, it's just every time someone says Humberto's name, I have to laugh.
I know.
Yeah, like they took it's Berto now, which it's just like he went from
they took his last name and
then Berto. Like
they took his last name and half of his first. Might as well call him
you're gonna have this now.
It's
better than Butch.
Say that again, DHB?
Didn't he almost win the U.S. title when he first got called up?
I believe so. I believe so. I think I remember I know what you're talking about. I remember. I believe so.
What other SmackDown tag teams am I missing? Or is it just those 5 at the moment?
That's it. And
then on Raw, you have the Awesome Truth, you have DIY.
Brothers.
The Creed Brothers, yep. Oh, Creed Brothers in a showcase with Pete. Amazing. Oh, man. You honestly...
you're missing You're missing two tag teams.
On Raw.
SmackDown. Theory and Waller,
Mm.
and
Pretty deadly.
Pretty deadly. That's
Pretty
right.
Deadly. And you're also missing a third. Uh, who the fuck is he tagging with? Oh, Shantae and Cedric.
Oh right, yeah. They just formed that tag team. I forgot about that. They ain't been in the ring yet, but they're hyping them up. So that would probably be the time to bring them in. You could even bring in teams from NXT that are. Like,
I mean, you can still bring the OC. You can still bring the OC.
Yeah,
but the OC would probably want to win.
Yeah, they would definitely win that. Like even if you want to bring in tag team from NXT, you got the Wolf Dogs, which
Chase U,
the Family,
Gallus,
Gallus, Quarter Catch Crew, which are doing whatever. Malik Blade and Edris Enofe. Basically, anyone from the Dusty Cup is fair game.
Axiom and
Nathan Frazier.
Charlie Dempsey and himself.
Yep. Noam Dar and Ora Mensa, maybe. They're not really tag team. It's just
Speaking of NXT, so I was linked an article. Actually, I'm gonna let him talk about it. Go ahead, GH. Go ahead and talk about the article that he posted. Or the tweet. My bad.
Wait a minute. Oh yeah. Reports lead us to believe that Bianca Belair is headed to visit NXT and place two women currently in a stable under her tutelage. They will be called up in time for WrestleMania to set up a huge match. Speculation being its last legend and Shakara Jackson with Bianca Belair. I am loving that.
So my thing is this like a match for the tag titles for the both of them, or what's going on? What cookies? What mint cookies?
Oh, he ain't eating the money snap the cookies, babe.
I ain't eat no mint cookies. I know what happened. I know what's going on.
Do we have some extra
I know.
happening?
I know. Hold on.
While Ty is dealing with that, how do y'all feel about that?
Yeah, I would like to know what the angle would be for them to bring him up. I would like to see it. That would be interesting.
They're currently, I don't think they're currently feuding with anyone on NXT as a duo. Because like last,
do they do anything?
Say again.
Do they do anything with Andrade at this year's WrestleMania, or do they let him come back, sort of slow build up to something?
I think if they use Andrade, it'll be interference in some way with. I don't think that he will have like a legitimate one-on-one match. I think he'll make an appearance.
Yeah.
But I don't think because the only ring action he's seen this year or since he came back was his return at the Royal Rumble, and then he's had promo after promo, but he hasn't really been. And he signed to Raw. That's the point. Yeah. He signed to Raw. So I'm thinking, who would he? I'm not sure who he would feud with.
Dirty Dom.
Ooh.
Or what?
Hold on, I just thought of something. Because currently Dominic Mysterio isn't booked for anything. Like he doesn't even know if there's any plans. 6 weeks out, by the way.
Exactly.
There's speculation that there's going to be a mask versus hair match between Dom and his father. And Andrade will be involved one way or the other.
Yeah. He's had his history with Ray, and nothing with Dom yet, really.
And the booking, that match books itself. You don't need all 6 weeks to build this up.
No.
You could even like the build up to last year's WrestleMania was beautifully done because it was like we all knew the match was happening. It was just a matter of is he actually going to go follow through with this, and he's gonna push him all the way to the edge to accept this.
So if he's gonna beat his son or not,
yeah. I think if Andrade is going to be in WrestleMania at all, I think that would be the way to utilize him.
Yeah.
But back to Jakara Jackson and Last Legend possibly being paired with Bianca Belair. Is at the moment Bianca Belair isn't really doing much. She's sort of got like a mini feud going on with Tiffany Stratton, only because Tiffany slapped the taste out of her at the taped Friday Night SmackDown. Yeah. But Jakara Jackson and Last Legend aren't feuding with anyone on the women's roster. Like I think Last Legend just wrapped up a little mini feud with Ren Sinclair.
Yeah.
Ooh, I just thought of a way they could do Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax at WrestleMania.
Who versus Nia Jax?
Jade Cargill, even though she's on SmackDown, versus Nia Jax, who's on Raw.
Well, we don't know. Well, Jade Cargill hasn't signed yet. At least it hasn't officially been announced that she's signed with anyone yet.
I thought she signed on SmackDown.
She was at SmackDown, but the night Braun Breaker signed his contract, Jade Cargill was not announced.
Oh, gotcha. I was gonna say, like, if she did sign with SmackDown, it could be like Nick Aldis could be like, "Hey, I've got the most dominant woman on my roster," and then Adam Pearce could be like, "No, I do," with Nia Jax, and they're like, "All right, well, let's see this," because since, like you said earlier, eventually they're gonna have some sort of Raw versus SmackDown match at this year's WrestleMania, because you can't have that like ego trip or and not do anything with it.
I still think that the tag team championship would accomplish that, but I don't know about Nia Jax and Jade Cargill with that sort of booking, because you have Nia Jax has been built up to be this dominant challenger for Rhea Ripley, and very well done. In my opinion, I think the booking for that match has been really good. I didn't think you had to work as hard to get Nia Jax at least get the match excitable, like to get fans to care about Nia Jax in that match. Yeah, you got to work hard for that because her reputation precedes her. But then you just have Nia Jax coming off of that match, being built up and then losing the championship anyway. And you have Jade Cargill, who's done next to nothing other than debuting at the Royal Rumble and showing out and having a great performance. And then you put them two in a match. I'm not sure that having, who's the most dominant female, because you're going to have to put one of these women over unless you make it a no contest, which I don't know how that would happen yet. But let's assume that there has to be a definitive winner for that. If Nia Jax wins, that does nothing for her because Jade Cargill hasn't proven herself to the WWE audience yet. You put Jade Cargill over, Nia Jax's push is over. Like, that's it.
Yeah, it's a lose-lose either way.
I definitely think the two of them should meet down the line, but not at WrestleMania. At least not this year. Now, if you're going to put Jade Cargill on WrestleMania at all, I was hoping it would be against Bianca Belair. Because that would be a match that Bianca Belair could lose that match and still not have and still maintain her credibility.
Yeah, I am interested to see what they're going to do with Jade in the future.
What other matches could be at WrestleMania this year?
Hold on. I have let's see. Tiffany Stratton versus Liv Morgan.
Oh, the stands aren't gonna like that one because Tiffany needs to win that match. Tiffany Stratton is probably got a rocket ship strapped to her back after that, after her performance at the Elimination Chamber. I didn't think she'd be that over in Australia, to tell you the truth.
The fact that she debuted by slapping the taste out of Mia Shim's face, I'm like,
hold
dude.
on. You did not just call her Mia Chin.
Is that
Look,
Mia
I gave
Yim
up
or Mi Chin?
Mia.
Pick one.
Give up after the Mia part, all right?
That was horrible, man. That was fucking horrible. But yeah, she debuted doing that, and she's been good ever since. So I like where they're going with her. The all of the wrestling ratings have been released for WWE 2K24. We're gonna get to that, but
Wait,
I'm just looking at it. Yes, they are. I'm looking at every single one of them.
Oh Lord.
We're gonna get to it, but I see very disrespectful things on this list.
I'll pull this up myself. Give me 1 second.
But we're gonna talk. We're gonna continue with the card. So far, night one. We have. I would say Jimmy versus Jay should be night one. The tag team title match, whatever they do with it, night one. Drew versus Seth, night one. Not the main event, but night one. Bailey versus EO is the main event, and that would be night one main event.
I agree.
So that's what, 4 or 5. Can someone write this down?
Let me type this up real quick.
Okay.
So you said
Bailey
title
versus EO.
Oh, you write it down too?
Tag team title, yeah. Jimmy, Jay. Let's see. I actually threw in another one. Kevin Cross versus Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
I feel like in the future
pay
just
off of that as WrestleMania.
Kamala here.
Both of them 1-on-1.
I also had Stratton versus Leif. I think that should be night one or night two, as a random night 2 match. We'll get to that. Night one. Let me put that. So that's 4 matches so far for night one. Oh wait, Drew, Seth. That's 5.
While we're on the subject of Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins.
Say that again?
While we're on the subject of Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think either one of them is walking out of Philadelphia as champion.
So you think Damian Priest is walking out as World Heavyweight Champion?
I do. Because
so we're gonna go into a new era of
I do, and this is how I book it, right? The big story with Drew McIntyre wanting to win the championship match is that he's wanted to do things the right way. You know, he went through the right channels and earned his spot, but he's also not, he's also still got the chip on his shoulder of when he won the championship at WrestleMania, but it was during the pandemic, and he, missed out on his chance to do it again when the Bloodline, when Solo Sikoa specifically interfered at Clash of the Castle a couple years ago. Drew wins the match, gets his moment in the stars, gets the moment that he's been craving for the last couple years to win a championship match in front of a live audience at WrestleMania. And then the Judgment Day jump him. Seth Rollins is nowhere to be found. The Judgment Day jump him because they need to get their lick back after what happened post Survivor Series. And Damian Priest finally cashes in and walks out champion. Now, I don't think that Damian Priest's championship reign is going to be a long one, because then I think that if you're going to have Damian Priest be a champion, it's going to be a transitional champion. He's been Senior Money in the Bank since July of last year, and we're coming up. If it cashes in at WrestleMania, it's coming up on a year. Maybe like 2 months shy of a year. So no, I think at this point he'd be waiting longer than Edge his first go round of cashing it in.
True.
I think if you're going to have him cash it in and win, that's the only time it would matter, given that it's taken so long for us to get to this point. I still think he should have cashed in at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think if they have Priest win, then they have to reignite that little tension that he and Finn had. If they do keep him longer than Backlash as champion, then that could lead to SummerSlam and everything else.
Because then,
I agree.
Yeah, because you can even book it as a power struggle between him and Rhea Ripley. That's already been brewing. Rhea Ripley has been the de facto leader because she is a major champion. And
if Finn could have took a step back since that whole thing.
Yeah, Finn has just been an instigator, just laughing about. Like, I'm just going to sit here and watch you two argue over each other.
Him, Dirty Dom, and what's his name? JD, Judgment Day's mascot, is. Because bro does nothing but get beat up by everybody.
He's the modern day Spike Dudley.
Yeah, exactly. That's literally his job. We need a Spike Dudley. Hey, JD, your head's big enough. Come on over.
He does have a big head. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Ty, your thoughts on that?
Give me a second. Thank you. Take your cookie and turn off the light. Thank you. Damian, how you almost gonna hit? Damian Priest cashing in on Drew would be hilarious.
Yeah,
I would not be against it because him being a transitional champion means that Sami Zayn will be champion after France. So thank you. Yeah. I would do that. I don't mind. You have 3 champions in one night, just like I think Money in the Bank 2016.
When all 3 members of the Shield held the belt on the same night.
Yeah. So you have that moment, but it's 3 different people and 3 different, But yeah, I think I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. I wouldn't be mad if Drew walks out as champion. We all know, everybody borderline knows that Seth is not walking out as champion because he needs to recover.
Yeah, he needs to take some time off, come back by SummerSlam, and he'll be just fine in between. Like, I know he's already on the poster for Backlash in May, but he needs some time to let his body rest. He's done a great job of building up the championship as the Workhorse Championship, and props to him. Here's your reward. Go home.
You got a vacation with your family, pretty much.
Well, not really, because Becky's gonna walk out as champ. Oh, let me not say that.
Anyways. One match that I can't pick a winner for yet. It is just.
I also had the Kabuki Warriors facing all of the women tag teams. As a match,
we're getting a nice little roster going for women's tag teams as well.
So I actually have the Kabuki Warriors losing. Yeah, because it seems like now, Bianca's gonna bring up Lash Legend and other Jakara Jackson.
Oh,
so maybe they end up winning the match.
Oh, I like that.
So I'm gonna throw in women's tag team turmoil title match. Boom. So that's 6 matches for night 1.
What other teams will be involved?
So the original plan, I had the Kabuki Warriors, Alba, Fire, and Eyes of the Dawn, which I actually think that's not going to be a tag team anymore because I think that's going to be a trio. I think Nikki Cross is actually going to join them.
The
So,
Unholy Union being a trio. Interesting.
I also had the Life of the Party or Casey Square,
Yeah.
and Starbase, which is Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. I don't know what team would you take out of that, but it's also up to you guys.
I think if you're going to put Jakara Jackson and Last Legend in, I think you would need to take Unholy Union out, especially if you're saying that they're going to add Nikki Cross.
Okay. I mean, I'm sorry, thick eyes went, but yeah, you gotta come up the match.
And Iron hasn't really been doing much. Like Alba Fire has been getting some singles matches lately.
I think Island might just be injured. I don't know. We don't know. But yeah, that's because Candice and
Indy
are not gonna get another match. I don't think they are with this ring. They need to do something with them because Candice is like 36, 37, and she was booked as a fucking monster in NXT, and now she's like nothing. And Indy came up as the NXT Women's Champion and has done nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see though. Yeah, that's 6 matches for night 1. Funny enough, when I made this note, because I made this note on February 1st, I had Randy Orton versus AJ Styles as a match.
Again? You have him running it back?
And I had Kevin Owens versus LA Knight versus Logan Paul versus Santos Escobar. We're just going to combine that. And that's going to be the U.S. title.
Right. Yeah, that would have been my prediction had AJ Styles not did what he did at the Chamber.
Yeah.
That threw everything off in my mind. I'm like, what? And
so will that be night 1 or night 2? That's mine.
That's gotta be. You said that'd be the night 1 opener, if that's gonna be the ladder match.
Okay.
It is, but you missed it earlier when I said that. What'd I say? That AJ Styles. Oh yeah, I thought that AJ Styles was going to interfere in LA Knight's qualifying match the same way that LA Knight interfered in AJ Styles' match. I thought it was just going to be a way that it would get both of them out of the match, and then they would have a one-on-one at the Chamber, and then that's what I was thinking was going to happen. Who was LA Knight's opponent for his qualifier?
I think it was Bronson. No, it wasn't.
It was
Bobby Lashley beat Bronson Reed.
Who did
it? Was probably qualifier match. Ivar.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
I could see why they did it this way. Ivar is freaking amazing. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if they're high on him to put him in a chamber match for number 1 contendership that quickly. I definitely think that he would pull off some crazy stuff in the chamber.
Yeah, probably not.
If he pulled, I would have booked him to do a Doomsault off the top of the pod.
Ooh, nice.
That's a lot of weight.
That's a lot of weight.
Oh yeah, he ain't either. You might need to bring the EMTs in there to be like, yep, he's got to go. we got one chance to save him.
And if it was Logan Paul taking it, oh Jesus, he did
flatten like plankton. Just.
Are we adding one more match to this night 1, or are we fine with 7?
I think
throw LDF, LWO, let them have a match or something with a Ray return maybe.
Well, we did
LWO versus.
Well, we did book we were booking earlier a championship match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, and I would put LWO and LDF in that match in the Tag Team Showcase.
Oh, okay.
I think 7 is good, especially with the way that that they've been booking PLEs lately. They've been booking more quality matches, but less matches on the card, just to give each match some time to actually breathe instead of going through so much in one night.
Okay.
I'm glad they do that. I hear people are pissed about that, but I'm like, I like that because I'd rather it be like quantity versus. I'd rather it be like quality versus quantity. Like if it's too many matches, it's like just random ones. It's gonna be like, why is this here? Like, where now it's like, okay, this match has been brewing for. Let them finally settle it, or
as long as they don't try to fill time with like pointless impromptu matches like what Shane McMahon did last year.
Yeah, that was bad.
That was so unnecessary, and he immediately tore his quads. Like,
yeah, ridiculous.
Props to Snoop Dogg though for pulling an audible like that. That was great on him. He looked like he was just doing that the entire time. Like, all right, I got to do this now.
Yep.
Alright, so night 2. So obviously, Cody Roman,
like the
Rhea Becky.
Ooh, but
have them open.
Shane one, you're just like, what are you doing?
Fuck Shane McMahon. We're talking about night 2.
You said have Becky and Rhea Ripley open the match, open night 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that would be a hot open.
That would be. But I don't want it to be where Rhea Ripley's match is second to last like it was last year.
Because wasn't there a match that was like a real good match, but it was lost between Roman and Cody, and I think it was the IC title match.
It was the tag team championship match that main event in night 1.
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania 39. The main event was the tag team championship between the Usos and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Where I can understand that being the main event, but given the way that the matches ended up turning out, I have no argument against Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte being the main event of night 1. Because that match was the match.
So Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte was actually in between. I got a phone call. Oh no, I got a text. Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio and Pat McAfee versus The Miz.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's tough.
Now, Rey versus Dominic, I don't mind. But Pat McAfee versus The Miz? Okay. There was 15 matches last Mania, but 2 of them were... Oh, The Miz took 2 losses, and oh, God, that's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're going to repay you, Miz. You're going to win the tag titles this year. It's okay.
The Miz knows when it's his time.
Let's see.
I think the IC Championship match should be on night
2.
two.
Yeah. IC title match. I still like my idea of Gunther versus Breakker versus Gable, even though Breakker's on SmackDown. Adam Pearce could be like, "Oh, hey, now I have a title match for you." He's like, "Really? Huh?" He's like, "Yeah."
I've replaced Breakker with Bronson Reed.
You could do that.
You could do that, yeah.
You could do that. But he just had a kid. I don't want him to lose you.
Yeah, he just had a kid. We might not see him until we might not see him on a regular basis.
For a bit, yeah, actually. Yeah.
Congratulations to Bronson Reed and his wife, girlfriend.
I was definitely wondering why he wasn't in Australia, but it makes sense.
The plan was actually Seth Rollins.
Yeah, he was supposed to face Seth Rollins. That was actually a plan.
Damn.
100%.
But then Rollins got hurt. They had to pull the plug on it because he wasn't medically cleared to compete. And then his wife, I think it is his wife, ended up having a baby early. So like, with both of those things happening around the same time, it's like, yeah, we're gonna have to, I'm gonna have to not show up to this.
Bronson for Money in the Bank. I'm saying it right here, just based off of that. Bronson for Money in the Bank.
We'll see. I actually do not know who's gonna win the Money in the Bank.
No.
I don't think it's gonna be Sami Zayn.
LA Knight.
I don't think it's gonna be LA Knight either.
If LA Knight was gonna win the Money in the Bank, it would have been last year.
It would have been last year. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna happen.
I don't think he needs. I think it's at a star power where he doesn't need the briefcase. I think he could.
I still think they picked the right person, in my opinion. Because
I wasn't even mad.
Priest was not over. Now he is. So it was a canceled match. What the fuck? Oh, that's what. Yeah.
But we got the IC title match. Is Gunther dropping the title?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I still think Gunther should be. I still think Gunther should be World Heavyweight Championship. I think he should be challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship. I think he could carry the belt very well.
He will. Just now, he's gonna take it off of Sami and Berlin, in my opinion. That's what's gonna happen.
Slaughter.
It's not gonna be a slaughter. It's gonna be like a match. Like, Gunther has matches. He'll let someone.
Yeah,
Gunther. I don't want to say his name because he is redacted, but Gunther is like that person because he will take bumps and let that person get built up before, ultimately being like, yeah, you're not winning. You know what I'm saying? Redacted did the same thing.
Yep.
We remember those consecutive Survivor Series matches where he faced AJ and Daniel, and everybody was like, yo, Redacted could sell his ass off. So, what should I say? Baker could sell his ass off.
And then we got, what else would happen? Do we think Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill are going to have a match?
I think so. I already put that down. I'll put Bianca Jade. It's inevitable. I don't know. It's just I think it's straight up gonna happen.
If they don't have a match, they'll have a face-to-face interaction that'll set up something for Backlash.
Yeah.
That is two dominant black women right there with fat asses. Facts. And two women who will potentially continue to carry the company in the future, because I do see Bianca winning a title again soon.
Oh yeah,
she just needed to pull off. We have 4 matches down so far.
Which night did you put the Women's World Championship? Did you put that on
the Women's World Championship or the Women's...
The WWE Women's Championship. Io Sky versus Bayley.
Night one. That's the night one main event.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I know Dakota Kai is medically cleared. Apparently, I heard that on Instagram today. They were saying that she's officially medically cleared.
Instagram should not be your source.
She is. They did announce there's a tag team match between Dakota Kai and Bayley and the Kabuki Warriors on this Friday's SmackDown. That is
back, baby.
Nope.
I don't think
Dakota Kai will turn. Dakota Kai will turn on Bayley.
Oh yeah.
The writing's on the wall. It's just like, as soon as I saw that backstage interaction with she was in the training room, I'm like, Bayley, no, stay focused.
Yeah. It was literally the same thing they just did a few weeks ago with Hayes and Trick Williams.
Yep.
Where he did the whole almost attack backstage. Somebody help me.
I'm thinking, who else? Do we think there's anything to build up over Grayson Waller not having Austin Theory's back at the Grayson Waller effect?
I did notice that. I noticed that in the background.
Like, I'm not about to get involved. I'm saying it right here. Seth was there to him, like, you want some of this? Like, nah, you got it.
So do you think that this will turn into a Theory face turn by Mania?
A Theory face turn.
Yes, a Theory face turn.
I don't know if I would like that.
I'm not ready to
He's
cheer
been a
him
face
yet.
before.
A lot of people think that he needs to be a face because his heel momentum is just gone. It's been gone since Mania last year.
Was Selfie Theory a heel or
He was a
what
heel.
was
He was
that?
definitely a heel. When he was in the way,
Okay.
he was a face.
Okay.
So that's why people are like, he's people think that he's a more natural face. Like you can believe him as a face.
Yeah.
And actually had like you can his voice sounds like a face voice. Honestly, I can't take him serious as a heel. So I do think that a face turn is needed.
Yeah. He's
But are we gonna have him face Waller at Mania? That's the thing. Because that'll be an interesting match.
Is that a Mania worthy match though?
They've been a tag team for quite some time. So.
Maybe a filler match. It might be a good filler match, like to be like, all right, we might.
You could book a turn. You could book a turn where like one of them walks out and the other in the tag team showcase if that match is actually happening.
Yeah.
You could book a turn and then you would have them two go at each other at Backlash.
So are we putting in tag team showcase night 2?
Yeah, I forgot we didn't book that yet.
Showcase. I would say for oh yeah.
I forgot about
no. This isn't. This is for no. This is the. Hold on.
This is
all right.
SmackDown.
The initial. No, I actually hear me out. The initial tag team title match is going to be for the new World Tag Team Championship. This tag team championship match will be for the WWE Tag Team Championship. So you can put any team in there. Fuck it. WWE Tag.
So are you suggesting they do the same thing they just did with the
the women's titles and the
I don't think that'd be the route they'll go.
They would have the Undisputed Championship be consolidated to one brand, and then you make a whole vacant new tag team championship on SmackDown.
That's kind of silly. I don't know.
No. I'm.
How was that silly? Because they just did that.
They just
with other titles.
They did that. They just did that. I think you could make it work because I think the quarter belts need to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, them shits is ugly.
And if you
the bronze, the penny ones look better, and that's saying something.
Yeah.
Would you call them the World Heavyweight Tag Team Champions?
I mean, it's World and WWE. That's the that's the name. That's the name they've gone with.
I literally just said World and WWE.
And then if you're gonna keep it where, I have no idea what the belts would look like because, I'm not about to design that right now. But I think if you're going to keep the names the same, the belts that are currently on the Judgment Day need to be the World Tag Team Championship.
Yeah. Because the World Heavyweight Champion and the Women's World Champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep all the World on Raw. Keep the WWE parts on SmackDown, and then the WWE Tag Team Championship would be up for grabs at WrestleMania in the showcase, where any team involved could go for it, or even just SmackDown teams. I would still like to see the power struggle between Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis, like I was booking earlier, but
maybe that's what leads to this.
No, because eventually, I'm excited for this coming Survivor Series. I know we're February, but I'm already like,
dude, we're in February.
Why are we booking the Survivor Series?
Well, I said I'm already thinking of that down the road because I'm like, that's gonna be really good because you got two GMs that can't stand each other that are gonna do everything in their power to stick it to one another.
Yeah, but what's still in February?
You gotta let some other things cook first.
For that, when it comes,
you don't know who's gonna get signed. You don't know who's gonna come over. You don't know who's gonna leave. You don't know who's gonna get hurt. Let's wait. Let's be patient.
Yeah, because Drew's still fighting without a contract, right?
A lot of guys are actually still wrestling without a contract.
I'm saying if Drew McIntyre doesn't resign and it's booked the way I predicted, he can walk right out with no loose ends at all.
I don't think he will because he's been pushed a lot recently. I don't think he's gonna.
I think he should be re-signed. Let me make that clear. I think he will resign.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like with MJF where they're like that they stopped negotiations because they're pretty sure that he re-signed with AEW.
And no one wants to contract tampering. We don't need that again.
No.
We still got 2 to 3 more slots for Mania night 2. My bad for the brain fart a little bit.
Do we think Shinsuke Nakamura is going to be involved in WrestleMania at all?
Hi.
Maybe
I doubt it.
My thing is, who's gonna be Braun Baker? Who's gonna be Braun Baker's first feud on SmackDown? Will he immediately go to Raw, or will he like?
He signed to SmackDown and he had a little interaction with Paul Heyman. There's something there. We already seen that he has history with Paul Heyman when he was at ringside for his match against Carmelo Hayes at what mini NXT event was this? Because this is the same one that Undertaker showed up at. Heatwave? Was it Heatwave?
Something like that.
What is the Bash?
No, it wasn't a PLE. It was one of their like mini PLEs that they held on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Whichever one the Undertaker showed up at, that one. Because it was John Cena in Carmelo Hayes' corner. I want to say it was Heatwave, but yeah, there's something there.
It's still got a few. We can't just have 5 matches on night 2, 7 on night 1.
You could move over from night 1 over, but
that's a 12-card Mania, a 12-match Mania. I don't think they're gonna do.
They'll throw a few segments in there. Probably have some Philly people come out.
Of course they got to have the Hall of Fame segment too.
Oh, are they doing that this year?
Of course.
Who's even going to the Hall of Fame?
I haven't heard anything about the Hall of Fame.
I hope they finally announce Batista.
Hopefully.
Will Batista show up?
I hope so. He deserves it.
And why isn't The Rock in the Hall of Fame? That's another thing. I just realized it.
Technically, as a
don't believe so.
What?
Apparently The Rock.
You can still be active roster and still be. I mean, well, Edge was retired officially.
Ray, look at Ray.
Ray is still active roster. Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Wait a minute now.
Is he in with the Nation?
I don't think so. I think you could induct The Rock into the Hall of Fame this year.
Yeah.
Do a whole thing.
Yeah.
Because we've seen in the past with the build-up when Rey Mysterio was inducted, they were building up a storyline just from Dominic Mysterio walking out on his speech.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, I would have had a belt right there. Be like, where you going, son?
So Bleacher Report is predicted. This is in January. Their honorable mentions with Paul Heyman, Tommy Dreamer, Victoria, and The Rock. The celebrity wing is Cyndi Lauper. And the inductees are Batista, Lex Luger. I didn't even know he wasn't in.
What?
William Regal, which is deserving.
I can see that.
Mickey James, which is also deserving.
Yeah.
I did not know that Demolition was not in the Hall of Fame. And Bray Wyatt.
Oh yeah, Bray Wyatt is definitely getting in.
But Demolition's not in the Hall of Fame? Why are they not in the Hall of Fame?
Who knows? It's not like the NFL where, it's a super, you really could induct anybody at this point into the Hall of Fame.
Donald Trump is still in there. But yeah, anyways.
Bro, they put Kid Rock in there.
celebrity wing. But yeah,
Exactly.
what do we do about the New Day and Imperium? Are they still feuding?
If I hope Big E's cleared, I want to see them do like a tag team. But if Big E's not cleared, I don't know what you're gonna do there because I feel like the only way to make it work is to have Big E make a surprise return on like the Raw before Mania.
That's a waste of time.
Yeah.
You could. The
Nah,
only way that I would bring Big E back for this feud
as
is if
at
Big E
Mania.
is if Big E is going against Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. That's the way they've been doing every opponent for like the last 3 times. You book them in a 6-man tag against whatever tag team that they're going up against. We had The Miz and DIY, then you had, you had Gable and all of Alpha Academy. You had Jey Uso and the New Day. It's like it's a pattern of behavior that we're doing here. I don't think that you bring Big E back for this. I think you bring Big E back for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
So is that going in night 2? It was on SmackDown for a couple times. I think that should go into night 2.
I think they should have that be. I think they should have that be on night 2, probably opening up that night.
Yeah.
So originally,
eliminate some of the filler.
So originally before, I also had that on my card, my original rough draft on February 1st. That was going to start night 1. I was going to have R-Truth one.
Oh.
R-Truth win the Memorial Battle Royal.
Yeah, that was my initial plan.
I can see that. I'm not mad at either one.
But with his new, light with the tag team titles, he might actually win that. The match I actually had. Hold on. The match I actually had Big E returning to is the Big Meaty Men match because he wants that.
Yeah, he does.
And I had
him,
Bronson, Ivar, Omos, Odyssey Jones, Otis, and himself.
Odyssey Jones, where?
And Obafemi. Got to get Obafemi in there.
Not yet.
Not yet. Obafemi definitely will be in WrestleMania, but not this year.
Yeah.
He's going to show out a Stand and Deliver, though. Best believe. He'll be a Stand and Deliver.
No, but I was going to say, I hope the ring can stay steady. I hope the ring can stay steady if that match
it won't. It won't.
Yeah, they would probably need to book the ring imploding on itself for that.
If you don't want Odyssey Jones in the match, you could put. Supposedly he's close to recovering. Braun Strowman. He wants it.
I was wondering where. I was like, is he okay?
I think he broke his neck.
Yeah, we've had a lot of broken necks recently, and back fusions, and yeah.
But Kurt Angle won a gold medal with the broken freaking neck.
Hopped up on pain medication. We're not talking about that right now.
Exactly.
Some people don't want to be. Some people don't. They don't want to be high on their fucking rockers and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially with the way that the WWE wellness policy has improved upon itself. We don't need that anymore.
But yeah, that's 6 matches for night 2.
I think we need another women's match. I've been seeing. This leads into my next segment that I wanted to talk about. I've been seeing demand for a women's mid-card championship.
What would it be called?
The Women's Intercontinental Championship. That's the leading one that I've seen.
Okay.
And if they go through with making women's mid card, because I've been promoting, because we have so many women that are just sitting around not getting TV time on the main roster. There's a lot, like the women on NXT get so much TV time, and they get, they get their chances to show up, and then when they get to the main roster, we don't hear from them when they get called up. And I don't want to take opportunities away from nobody else. If we book them in a show on their own, they can still continue their stories on the main roster, on the main roster shows that they're already a part of. So Raw, SmackDown, NXT, whatever. But if you book a women's mid card, that gives the women something to do on the main roster. If you're not going to book a show on their own, but you got women like Raquel Rodriguez who just came back, although with her current skin conditions and stuff like that, I'm not sure how consistent she can be. Apparently, she said it flared up over the weekend, and I had no idea.
Oh boy.
I saw what she looked like after SmackDown, and I was like, yeah, it's not something that it doesn't look comfortable. I'll say that it does not look comfortable to be dealing with.
It's not, because I also have eczema, and it's pretty bad. So,
and you got women like Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan,
Liv Morgan, yes, she's a mid Carter motherfucker. Yes, she is.
Mid live.
Say again.
I said mid live. Go
on. And then you got like Zelina Vega, Mi Chin.
Yeah.
Like you got these women that.
Well, yeah, you got
it. Right.
No,
and the Hartwell.
A lot of these women that are super talented just don't have anything to do on screen. Women's mid card, if booked properly,
yeah,
you could have it. You could even have that championship be cross branded.
Yeah. As long as Charlotte
would have to be pulling double duty. At that point, you got to pick the right champion.
As long as Charlotte doesn't win it.
Oh yeah, as long as Charlotte doesn't win it, yeah, keep that away from Charlotte.
That's another person who's actually on track to coming back sooner.
I don't think she makes it to Mania. I think if she's going to come back at all, she needs to come back at SummerSlam.
Or Money in the Bank.
Oh, keep her out of the Money in the Bank too. I think you could put her in the Money in the Bank match, not to win it.
Have her lose. Just have her lose. Just have her lose. That's it. Let her do her moonsault. Her missing moonsault. And that's it.
She's gonna hurt somebody for real. She's gonna hurt herself again if he does that off a ladder. I'm not prepared to see that.
Yeah. What could be the 7th match, guys? I don't know. Do we want to have
Stone Cold maybe making an appearance?
Oh! There's also talks that John Cena may make an appearance, so it's just like, fuck. What could be?
It's got to be somebody from Philly.
Do we want to be toxic? The Rock versus John Cena 3?
No.
With Stone Cold as a guest referee?
God, no. With that 3 times in a lifetime?
Anything but that. I wouldn't even do that in WWE 2K. Like, please, don't make me do that again.
Once in a lifetime for the 4th time.
You already seen what two people that have no plans to be in the WWE after that match, with Steve Austin being the special guest referee. We saw that 20 years ago. We don't need to see it again.
Facts.
Unless, I don't know. 13 matches this year? Or do we want to put like a random Pat McAfee match?
Pat
McAfee. Seeing people thinking
about he'll be calling
pulling up too.
In Philly, yeah, that makes sense.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah. So Kevin Hart versus like who's a joke wrestler? Tazawa.
Oh God.
No, not Tazawa.
If Tazawa loses to Kevin Hart, we riot.
He would probably be like the host of WrestleMania.
Right.
That would probably be his role if he's involved at all. We're also seeing Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I said that in too. I think they were trying to get Sylvester Stallone to be in there too.
But this is our rough draft.
Omos into a match again.
Versus who?
Yeah.
Versus who?
Him against Braun Breaker.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. Braun versus Omos. That would be nice too.
I was joking.
There we go. Nope. It's already tight.
No, Braun will get destroyed.
No, Omos will get destroyed.
By Braun Breaker?
Yes.
Okay.
I would see that.
Yeah.
So this is our card. So night one, this is in no sequential order. But you know, whoever wants to put in order, you can. So Bailey versus Io Sky for the WWE Women's Title. Uh, the new World Tag Team Title match of Awesome Truth versus the Judgment Day. Jimmy Uso versus Jay, main event Uso, because Jimmy ain't got no nickname. Uh, Karrion Kross versus Bobby Lashley in a blow-off match. Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins, parentheses, versus Damian Priest, parentheses close, for the World Heavyweight title. The Women's Tag Team title match, which will be, 4 tag teams? Kabuki Warriors, whatever Lash Legend and Jakar Jackson will be under Bianca's tutelage. Shannon, why did you? I thought you had a revelation.
I got something, but after you guys.
Life of the Party, aka Casey Square,
Yep.
and Starbase, which I love that name for them. And then the U.S. title ladder match, which will be Santos Escobar versus Logan Paul versus Randy Orton versus AJ Styles versus LA Knight versus Kevin Owens. That's our night one. Night two, hold on to your tongue real quick. Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns for the main event of night two. The WWE Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Championship, because they want to call it everything under the book. Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch for the WWE World Heavyweight Women's Championship, whatever. Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill on who's the baddest black bitch on the card. We're gonna get canceled one day. The IC title match. Gunther versus Chad Gable versus maybe a returning Sheamus. I'm gonna throw that in
I forgot about Sheamus. Keep going.
The new WWE Tag Team Championships and a Tag Team Championship match, turmoil match, between, I guess, the New Day, Imperium, the Street Profits, and let's say, Legado de Fantasma is supposed to be in there too, I guess.
Yep. LWO too.
And LWO, and I guess let's go in the 16th to make it chaos. The Creeds.
Yeah.
And the last match is Braun Breaker versus Omos because they don't want to do Grayson Waller versus Austin Theory.
Yeah, we have a revelation to uncover.
Yeah.
Oh
no! So, what was I thinking? I forgot. I lost it, guys. I'm sorry.
You lost it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You should have just been thinking about it. Let me go to the. I want to discuss. Hold on. Let me see something real quick. Let me go to the document of what we were supposed to talk about. Hold on. Kayfabe that. Nah, we just gotta move that to next week.
They hold that to me.
Or Wednesday. We're gonna hold it to Wednesday. These fucking ratings.
Yeah.
Is something else.
Oh yeah.
So the lowest rated wrestler, I'm not gonna do manager, because for some odd reason, Paul Heyman is a 58. As a manager, he's not gonna be hitting anybody. So.
The lowest rated wrestler I'm seeing is Ashanti.
Am I counting Eric Bischoff as a wrestler? Because he's also a 58.
No.
Ashanti was what, a 63?
62.
62.
62. He's the lowest. No. He's the lowest male wrestler that I'm seeing.
Jeez.
Yeah, he's a 62.
They're a good bit of
60.
Yeah, there are a good bit of wrestlers over him that are also in the 60s, especially with a lot other females. Like in the female wrestlers, I'm going to say that their rankings are on a different scale than male wrestlers. I'm not going to say like one is better than the other. I think
the lowest
should be on a different scale.
The lowest wrestler on the whole thing.
Scripts.
Scripts. He's a 61. He's trash. So that's well deserved.
Hey, I gotta be at work in like 45 minutes. I'll see you guys Wednesday. I'm out.
All right. We appreciated you joining the podcast today.
Thank you.
Peace out. Let's see. The most disrespectful rings. Should we go from men to women, or from? Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna already start with AJ Styles. He should not be 85. I think that's too low.
Too low.
We're gonna go too low, too high.
Yeah.
And just right with certain people. I think AJ should be like an 88. Yeah, that's way too low for me. Do they scale NXT versus the because Andre Chase, I don't think he should be a 73. That's also too low.
I think if you're going to scale main roster and NXT on the same scale, Andre Chase being higher than Austin Theory is atrocious.
I was actually going to get to that because I also think Angelo is too low as well. A 74? Really? Nah. Austin Theory, 72? Too low.
Too low.
The fact that Bad Bunny has a higher rating.
Bad Bunny has a
by
six. Have a higher rating.
By 6.
Yeah.
Is a problem. Baron Corbin, 76, too low. You're going to hear a lot of too lows from me. And Big E, 78, too low.
No, I don't understand. I think it's too low. I understand why they rated him that way, because he hasn't been active in over a year.
Yeah, but no disrespect. I'm sorry. But you see the name diagonal towards him. He's not here anymore. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Let's see, who else? I may have cut out. Did I cut out? Hello?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Let's see. Braun Breaker as an 80.
He should at least be at 88.
That's too high.
I think Braun Breaker. I think he should be just a tad higher than an 80 overall.
I think at 82, where Cactus Jack is at, is good enough. Butch is not a real person anymore, so we're gonna skip that.
Who's Butch? Yeah.
Yeah, who is that?
Known.
Just
Carmelo Hayes in 81. How do we feel about that?
I think that's
Please
just
give
right.
him an 84.
I think Carmelo Hayes is just right at 81.
I think Carmelo Hayes at an 82 is more lovable. Chad Gable at an 80.
That's too low.
Chad Gable should be at 85.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. Cody Rhodes at a 93. I actually think that is also too low. I don't know why.
96.
You got the cover athlete not even being the second highest male wrestler on the card.
I think he should be a 96.
That's what I said too. Yeah. I would. I'm not mad at Randy's. I would at least give him.
We're not. Hold
You're
on.
skipping too far ahead here.
I know.
Hold on. All right, we're gonna get to Randy. Drew McIntyre 89 too low. Uh,
we're agreeing with Damian
he
Priest being
should be in the
86.
90s. I oh, I skipped that on purpose. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't
Dirty
know.
Dom in 83.
I'm fine with that. But Priest at an 86. What do you think he should be?
Man.
I'm fine with Damian Priest being 86. I think
So
that's right.
so what? So why do we talk about it? I think it's okay.
All right, we move on.
Um, yeah, Drew should be in the 90s. Finn Balor at an 87. I mean, you're not the leader of Judgment Day, brother. I think you should be lower than Priest. Um,
I would have kept them the same. I would have been like, all right, if you all are both 86 or 87, that's fine with me.
Gunther at a 90, that's also way too low. His durability and power should be at max.
Yeah.
I hope it is. But he is not a 90. I think Gunther is more so where Hulk Hogan is at a 94. Yeah. Dragunov.
At an 81. I think that's too low.
What?
Ilya
So you think he should be?
I think Ilya
You think he
Dragunov
should be Jake the Snake?
I think Ilya Dragunov should be an 84.
So Jimmy Uso. Okay. The fact that JD is. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought I was bugging. I thought I saw some shit. Is Jay Uso? Do you think Jay Uso? This is 2 consecutive years of him being a 90. I believe he was a 90 last year.
I think he's still good at a 90. He's
Yeah,
definitely
he was
improved
a
as a
90.
single star. And breaking away from the tag team division. I think his time in the tag team division sort of, and I have no idea how they determine these rankings, but I think him at a 90, I don't have a problem with that.
Do you think current John Cena is a 94? Do you think that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
It's crazy
I
how
thought.
John Cena, and I know all of his versions of John Cena are from the Firefly Funhouse match.
Yes, they are.
They
Which
don't
is
have
crazy.
another version of John Cena on this list.
They do actually. Oh well, technically, yeah, they don't actually.
If
It's
you
all
had
Firefly
any other
Funhouse.
version of John Cena, probably from his Super Cena days, that would be a 94.
True.
And his NWO version is the highest rated version of the 2020s.
Yeah, because he would have took over. That's fine. Let's see.
Which I'm gonna have a fun time playing that match.
All right, I think this is one of the most controversial ones. Logan Paul. A 90.
Too high.
How do we feel about that? Too high.
Too high. Way too high.
What do you think he should be at?
At least at 84. 85.
I have him as an 86. Because I don't think LA Knight is worse than Logan Paul.
Do you think that Logan Paul and Kevin Owens' rating should have been swapped?
What's Kevin Owens' rating right now?
86.
Yeah. I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Let's see. Let's keep it moving. Muhammad Ali. No, let me not be toxic. Let me not. R-Truth at 67. I don't know if I agree with that. I think that's too low.
I think he should be at least a 70 something.
He should be in the 7.
At least 4.
Randy Orton, a 91. I think that's fine.
They don't have his 09 version on here, but that should be his
Which
highest
is
one.
Yeah.
Because in
Rey
09 he was a
Mysterio.
menace.
That was
88.
best form too.
An 88 for Rey Mysterio. How do we feel about that? Do we
I
feel
don't have a
like Rey
problem with it.
Mysterio is still an 88?
I think
The
so.
fact that they have Rob Van Dam in the game and he's in AEW right now is really crazy.
They do have
True.
DVD in the game. I think he left on good terms though, so I don't think there's going to be an interest in that. I think there's also like a cutoff from when they finalized the roster to when he signed. I think that was a bit of an overlap that they couldn't really avoid.
Let's keep it moving.
The article that I'm looking at has Rey Mysterio's version from WrestleMania 22, but it doesn't have an overall attached to it.
Yeah, it doesn't have. Roman Reigns, a 97. How do we feel about that?
Saw that one coming.
That is a 2 overall drop from last year.
He's still the highest one.
Ronda Rousey said him again. Oh my god. Sami Zayn, an 87.
That's too low.
Yeah,
Same
at
as
least
in the 90s.
The 90s. 91, 92, 93?
Probably
What are we saying?
90 even.
90. Okay.
yeah, I say 90.
Santos Escobar, a 78. Is he a 78?
I think that's just right.
Yeah.
Old man Shawn Michaels, is he an 87?
Old man?
Which
Yes.
so his latest version, because it doesn't have a year range for him.
Yeah, old man Shawn Michaels, is he an 87? Because I'm looking at 05 Shawn, I'm looking at 94 Shawn, 09 Shawn, and old man Cowboy Shawn Michaels.
He should be.
Is he an 87?
No, he should be below his 94. Like, he should be the lowest. Like, his current form or his latest form should be the lowest of all of his forms in the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
05, 09, and 94, no problems with that.
Sheamus is an 86, which is interesting, considering that he's been injured. And Big E is a 78. But
wow.
we're gonna move on.
There goes my logic on that one.
Shinsuke is an 84. Higher or low? I say higher.
I say slightly higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking like 89, 90. I'm thinking like 86.
Yeah.
Because Solo Sikoa's at 86, and he's like Owen. He's on a Pistons run right now. So
he's a match away from being disowned from the bloodline.
Hey, what kind of tribal layer loses 20 straight matches? Like, what? That's a little suspect, if you ask me.
Trick Williams. 78.
78?
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that.
I liked it.
Okay. The current iteration of The Rock, a 94. Is he a 94?
Sadly.
Okay.
Sadly.
I wanted to be toxic. I wanted to see what would happen.
He deserves it, man.
I don't have
Come
any
on.
problem with The Rock being that high.
And that's kind of it for the men. I think Xavier Woods should not be a 78, but we're going to move on to the woman. Going to go back to the top. Alba's okay. Alexa's okay. Oh, Oscar, a 90. Are we agreeing that? Are we agreeing with that? For Oscar?
She was a champion over the last year.
Yeah.
Singles champion at that. I don't have a problem with that.
Becky Lynch. No, baby.
That's too low.
That's 85.
That's too low. I think she should be right behind Asuka. Given the year she's
So,
had. Recently
as
biased aside.
in 89. In 89.
Yeah.
Okay. Becky Lynch, 94. Does she deserve to be the third highest rated woman?
Who's number 2?
Bianca Belair at 95.
No problem with that.
Okay. Keep it moving. Kathy Kelly is too high. We just keep giving that. Charlotte at 92. The fourth highest rated woman.
Of course.
The 2019 version is actually higher than that.
Yes, it is. Does she deserve to be the highest rated woman? My question. But hold on. Once again, your logic is flawed because Carmella is a 74, which means that she's in like the higher end of the woman, but Big E's a 78.
Point taken.
And Alexa has not been here, and she was 83. Okay. Alright.
You made your point on that one. I concede. I was trying to find a good way. Yeah, my logic is flawed on that one.
Let's see. We're gonna skip Dakota. I think that's fine. Eve Torres. Welcome back to the game.
She was back in 2023.
But why are you an 85? What the fuck did you do for her to be an 85?
Rita Gracie.
How is she in the game at all? Like, what do they have her doing? Is she just?
She was in the game last year as DLC.
DLC.
This year she's just in the game. I don't think she's an 85.
Enemy of the Divas division right there. Like,
yeah.
One thing is Trish Stratus in the game? Hold on.
Yeah, she's an 89. She's the.
Okay, as long as she's not ahead of Trish Stratus, I'm fine with that. She's an 89.
I think it's Asuka. I think it's Rhea, Asuka. No, Rhea, Bianca, Becky, Charlotte, Asuka, Trish, and then Io, because Io's an 88.
You know what the crazy thing is? I feel like Eve would actually be good in today's WWE because she's trained in like UFC and stuff now because she married Renee Gracie.
Oh, my bad. Ronda Rousey is the 5th highest rated woman. It's not Asuka.
Oh, goodness, no.
Damn.
Oh, no, please.
Ronda is a 91.
She's an incredible fighter, don't get me wrong, but she's just not entertaining.
She's also an incredible bitch. And I don't mean that in a good way. I mean that in a bad way.
Io Sky. Yeah, that is wild that Bayley's below Io Sky.
Yeah, that's disrespectful. I'm sorry, but Bayley deserved it a little bit more. Nothing against Io, but Bayley has done a lot of damage control up there.
Why is Natalya, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why is Natalya an 81? Who's... Well, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that.
Is it Nikki Cross? She's the lowest I've seen so far. The lowest rated woman.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, she is the lowest. I don't know. I think Nikki Cross should be ahead of Maxine. Maxine is just bad.
Yeah, she should be the lowest one. And the fact that, hold on, where is Maxine? What number is she at?
She's 64.
Maxine is ahead
which means she is higher. Indy Hartwell.
She's ahead of Indy Hartwell, and she's ahead of Valhalla, and ahead of Nikki Cross.
So
Valhalla is a 63.
There's a lot of wrong things on this fucking race. Because Natalya is not better than Cora Jade. Natalya is not better than Blair Davenport. Natalya is not better than Chelsea Green. Natalia is not better than Dakota Kai. Natalia is not better than Ivy Nile. She's not better than JC James. She's not better than Katana Chance or Kaden Carter. She's not better in the ring than Piper Nevin. Funny enough, she's not better than Roxanne. She's not better. Well, she's not better than Shane. Even though Sonya hasn't been here, she's not better than Sonya. She's not better than her own tag team partner, Tegan. She's not better than Thea Hall. She's definitely not better than Tiffany.
Keep going.
Or Wendy, or Zoe Stark, or Zelina. Xia Li, she can stay down there. I don't give a fuck. But
hey, that's the daughter of Tony Stark.
What?
Zoe Stark, Tony Stark.
I did not say Zoe Stark. I said Xia Li.
Oh.
See, you have to be locked in. You got to pay attention.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just a lot wrong with these ratings.
Yeah, shoot.
How was Uncle?
If it was up to me, Nikita Lyons will have a 100 because of her ass sex. But we're gonna.
Oh my goodness, man.
Roxanne will also be 100 because of those same problems. You know, there'll be a lot of 100s, but these ratings.
This is what the creation studio is for.
The creation studio for 23 had nothing but fucking softcore porn on that bitch. That shit was really crazy. I was confused. I'm sitting here like, why do I see Alexa Bliss half naked? What the hell is going on? It was just that shit fucked with me, yeah. That shit fucked with my head.
Hey, whatever.
One thing I need to know is what is the criteria for ranking managers, right? Because we got Teddy Long as an 85 overall. That can't be on the same scale as the male superstars because we got so many people below 85. But Teddy Long.
Then Mick Foley's an 83. And Paul Heyman is the lowest rating.
What?
Out of everybody with a 58. If he's a manager, should he not be like
the highest?
Damn near 90? Like, should he not be a 90? As a manager.
Yeah. And it's not like managers don't just like if managers were actually influential into the game, which I don't think they should be, but if they were, Paul Heyman would be up there. Like if they had like a mechanic where the manager could legitimately affect the outcome of the match instead of just standing there being a part of the experience, or maybe distracting the referee once or twice, they could even have like an ability for certain managers where they would legitimately cause a moment where the referee would be distracted and give the superstar that they're managing a finisher out of nowhere. That would be something, but that's not the case.
And all John Cena Cenas are like, this is crazy.
I do like that they have like different referees.
I'm glad they're bringing back special referee matches. I can't wait to screw people over as a special referee.
I'm gonna just be fair to everybody.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna do that too. No, the first match I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like Roman versus Solo, and I'm gonna be like Randy, and I'm gonna bitch slap both of them. What you gonna do? I'm the ref. What you gonna do?
So these are actually the confirmed matches for Showcase on the Immortals. If you have $120, you can spend and get it. Ricky Steamboat. I can't talk. Ricky Steamboat versus Randy Savage for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania 3, which will also feature another match, which will be Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. Rick Rude versus Ultimate Warrior, WrestleMania 5 for the IC title. Hulk Hogan versus Randy Savage at that same WrestleMania. Then Ultimate Warrior versus Hulk Hogan for the unification of the Intercontinental and the World Heavyweight Championship at Mania 6. Mania 8, Bret Hart versus Roddy Piper for the IC title. They skipped Mania 9 for a reason. Mania 10, Razor Ramon versus Shawn Michaels, which a lot of people say is the greatest ladder match ever, somehow. Then we got Bret Hart versus Steve Austin, which, started a new era. Steve Austin versus The Rock, which almost ended an era. That's WrestleMania 17. Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle. Did that match actually happen? What the hell?
Huh.
That match actually happened. I didn't even know. Right? Who won? What the hell? Oh, was that for the world title? Oh, I'm retarded. That was for the world heavyweight. That was for the world title. I forgot that match even happened. Then you have the next Mania, Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels. Then you have Mania 25. Taker versus Shawn, and I'm assuming that the 13th match and the 15th match will be taken out of this
The one WrestleMania
game.
20 and
no.
Actually, no, they wouldn't
That
have
was
WrestleMania 20.
WrestleMania 30, The Undertaker versus Redacted.
Oh, 30
I believe
and what, 30, 30 and what? 30
I believe that
37?
Hold on. Randy Orton with for the Crazy RKO versus Seth Rollins.
Oh yeah.
And then Roman Reigns versus Redacted at WrestleMania 31. I feel like
that match
they will
be
also
there to
somehow get that match out of there.
If they were gonna do a matchup with them at WrestleMania, it would have been the one at 38. That would have been the one I would have put in there.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 35. The Firefly Funhouse match. The main event of night one of WrestleMania 38. Which was Kevin Owens versus Steve Austin. Shout out to Kevin Owens having 2 consecutive main events. No one wants to talk about that. He had 2 consecutive.
You sure?
Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, which is possibly the greatest women's match of all time. Last Mania. That could be recency bias. It could not be.
No, I agree. I agree. It was good.
Bianca Belair versus Asuka at the same Mania, and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes at the same Mania.
You had to know those 3 were going to get their WrestleMania matches from this past year.
WrestleMania 40.
So that's the showcase.
I'm playing.
I still think that there should have been a match from every WrestleMania, but I understand that there may have been restrictions.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
Whose rights they could get.
Chris Jericho being in AEW and stuff like that. I'm like, there's got to be an edge. Like, there had to be a lot of matches that were like, we got to scrap that because they're over there. And
so yeah, this is the list of removed superstars from 2K24 to 23. Or 23 to 24. Redacted 1.
Mm-hmm.
Commander Aziz. Dolph Ziggler. Edge. Elias. Goldberg. Marseille. My bad. Marseille. Madcap Moss. Mansoor. He's technically redacted, but Matt Riddle. Super redacted. Mustafa Ali, Rick Boogs, Shanky, Shelton Benjamin, Titus O'Neil, Top Dollar, and Zeus. And
Zeus? Oh, come on, man. Not Zeus. Put it back.
For women, Aaliyah, Brie and Nikki Bella, Dana Brooke, and Lacey Evans.
Wait, the Bella Twins were in 23?
Yeah.
Oh, they must have been DLC.
So that's the removed people.
I want to go on record and say that the ratings themselves, as much as I like to react about them, I play with my creative superstar anyway, and he's already like maxed out 100.
Yeah, yeah, I'll do that. I do that too. That's the first thing I do in all the 2K games. I'm like, all right, how am I going to create?
I spend like the first 3 hours just going through.
Yeah, I know.
Studio.
They're like, have you even played the game yet? I'm like, no, right. I gotta create my.
It's exactly the question I get. Like, do you even play the game? Like, yes. I just gotta set some things up first.
Right.
They have added create a referee and create a sign to the creation suite.
Create a sign is going to get bad fast.
It's going to get very bad. Very, very bad. And the Royal Rumble will have 8 wrestlers in a match online.
Okay.
But yeah, that's going to get very bad. You know why it's going to get very bad? Because once again, soft core.
Yeah, community guidelines are not a thing on 2K apparently. People can get
that's
at least.
That's about it for today.
All right.
Unless if y'all want to do, who would you think would headline future PLEs? But we could move.
No, that's
all of this
that
to Wednesday.
Will have to probably
we'll stay for another day.
Oh, you want to wait? So you want to push that to Mania?
Yeah, because we got to see how it looks after WrestleMania. Okay. We got to let the dust settle for that one.
Okay, so we're gonna.
Because we still got Send and Deliver to do. We still got all that stuff.
I'm gonna delete that. Post-Mania episode. Yeah, we're doing edits while we're live, motherfuckers. That's what we do out here. So, this has been another episode. It's less active because we have less people here today, but it's okay.
Still pushing.
It's still good.
Hours. It's still good.
It's still 2.5 hours. We're still blabbering. We're still talking shit. I still sound like I'm sick, and it's just
Are you okay, man?
Yeah, I'm good. It's just my nose is stuffing up.
I'm just being silly.
Nah,
but yeah.
I see what you did there.
Nah, no tomatoes. Come on, man. That was
no great. Tomatoes. That was a lot. You need a lot of tomatoes for that, buddy. None of us. If you're asking, if you wonder, none of us watched Collision this week. We can't give it. We're not going to give an opinion on something that we didn't watch.
Facts.
Right.
That would be wrong. Same for TNA. I didn't watch TNA. I'm happy that shout out to Mustafa Ali for winning the X Division Championship. I do see him and Nick actually having a feud for the world title in TNA.
Well, Nick won the championship in Japan, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to Nick for winning the
IWGP the TV title.
I think it was that's Matt Riddle.
That's Matt Riddle. That's right.
No shout outs to him. Fuck him. Shout out to Nick for winning. I believe that was the Open Global Championship, something like that. Hold on. Let me look it up. Nick in the mess. Nicholas in the mess. You can't. Why aren't you saying what title he just won? The Global Heavyweight Championship. Shout out to you winning that. But besides that, this is the end of the road for today.
Yeah.
I have work to do. As working man, we all have work to do.
True.
I'm sleepy.
Yeah.
And I want to get off of my fucking computer and lay my black. I almost dropped my one. Lay my black ass down. So, this has been the Playin Possum podcast, episode 3. We're not going anywhere. We're supposed to have a guest today, but no responses. So
he'll be here soon.
Things didn't work out today, but we'll get him soon enough.
we'll see. We'll see him at the light of the end of the tunnel. No one's dying, but you know. Yeah.
Don't go into the light, guys.
Until next time, folks.
Yeah.
Until next time.